From this slide and in the next couple of slides, we are going to learn about another very important property of object-oriented program, and that is polymorphism. So what is the meaning of polymorphism? The dictionary meaning of polymorphism is something like the same thing in existing in different form. Something like this. Same thing existing in different form, and at that time you can call it a polymorphic behavior, or you can call just simple polymorphism. Now this is the dictionary meaning. Now whenever it comes to Java program, the meaning of polymorphism is the same function is implemented in many different way. So normally it is strongly connected with the inheritance property of Java program. How? So in Java program, basically polymorphism means implementing a function in the different child class in different fashion, or let's say implementing an inherited function, rather inherited function in the different child class differently. So that's polymorphism. So in the previous slides, when we have covered inheritance, I have shown that uh, uh, first you have to use the extends keyword in Java to inherit the parent, and then if you really do not write anything, if you do not have any code inside the child class, it will automatically get the default implementation of all the public functions from its parent. So that means if you do not have anything in here, this child class will print this P, okay, which is the default implementation inside the parent. But it is possible that after getting the function, after inheriting the default implementation from the parent, it is possible for the child to re-implement it in its own way. For example, as you can see in here, if you just uncomment this line, you can see that, well, this function was the default implementation where the parent is printing P. P stands for parent. Now here in this line, this function 1, after inheriting from the parent, the child has re-implemented in such a way so that it can print C now, C for child. So it has re-implemented the function. So that's polymorphism. Now you can see the same function name, like this function 1 here, function 1 here. The same function is existing with its different form. In one place it is printing P, in another place it is printing C. And not only that, there can be let's say 100 different child classes for one parent. So in 100 different child classes, you can have 100 different implementation of this function 1. So 100 different implementation of this function 1. So this is possible. So since this function 1, the same function 1 is getting many different forms inside the same Java program, that's why it is called polymorphism. So it is like the same function is existing in many different forms. Now the time when the child is actually re-implementing the function or making some changes after getting the default behavior in here, that property is basically called overriding. So overriding, for the sake of easy understanding, you can call it just overwrite also. Override or overwrite. So why overwrite? Overwrite means the child got the default implementation of function 1 from the parent and then just overwrite its implementation again or re-implemented it again. So that's why, so whenever the child is overwriting the implementation, the default implementation of the function, then you call that property as override. Now in the next few videos we will clarify the concept of polymorphism with some demo Java program.